So you actually went on tour with like a lot of big stars then, and you met them and kind of vibe with them as well.
I did. One of the guys from Migos, Offset, was one of the ones that helped me, decide, man, maybe I should really do something with this because I don't know them. We know a lot of the same people because we're both in Atlanta. And he had gotten to one of the shows earlier, and I'm just opening, so they may see my show, they may not. Typically, they don't. And he happened to hear me doing my sound check, and he just came in front of the stage and just started bobbing his head. He didn't say nothing. He just started bobbing his head, and then when I got off stage, he was just like, "Yeah, man, you got you one." He was like, "That joint crazy." He was like, "Man, I walked around because I heard it. I was like, who's that?" And I was like, wow. So just that and a couple of listening parties, and just getting my mindset, because like I said, I had been an artist, I've been a signed artist, I've done independent albums and other projects, and it's just a different mindset you have to be in when you go into artist mode. Just even something like this, doing interviews and really saying, okay, I got to do visuals for the music, and it's time to take everything to the next level, with radio and stuff like that. So that's my next move, is really, really going hard on the radio push.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, I mean, and I would imagine, like, with those kind of connections then, like, obviously, like you said, like, for a lot of the people, when you open a show for them, they probably wouldn't catch what you're doing. But however, being within that kind of area, surely that would open up more and more kind of chances and opportunities for you, right?
Definitely. Yep. And for that reason, I did those runs and then I stopped because what I noticed was I was getting a lot of attention from the audience, but I didn't have any material. Like, I had my old stuff that put out 4 or 5 years back, but, nothing relevant to right now because the sound has really changed. The music has really changed. And when you talk about Atlanta, you talk about radio, urban radio, if it doesn't sound, if you don't have something that's at least in the ballpark of what's going on right now, that's like an uphill battle. But at the same time, it had to still be, along the lines of what I do niche-wise, lyrically and all that stuff. So, yeah, man, I stopped doing the shows because it didn't make business sense. I was just opening up for people. And then if you like me, you don't have anything to buy. Like I couldn't turn it into profit or really make it make sense. So I just went and recorded a slew of music, found an investor recently, and just set everything up.
And so when you're actually on the stage then, what kind of, I'm trying to think, like, you were like more or less thrust into that opportunity. So like how many kind of people were you performing in front of?
Man, like anywhere from 5 to 10,000.
Wow.
One show was a festival. It was 22,000. That was the summertime in the LBC out in Long Beach. And yeah, man, it's crazy because when I was doing more of the artist thing, it's for the, there is a side of you when you're even younger and you're just, like you want that look, you want that attention, and I don't even care about that anymore. So it's crazy. I'm coming out just 30 times more humble than I was when I first started years and years ago. And I'm just kind of like, I hope they like it. And then I'm seeing the response, and I'm like, oh, man, this is crazy. It happened very organically. I like the way everything took place leading up to now. And I still have a long way to go. There's still like a lot of stuff I have to do to get to where I want to be. But I'm excited about some of the conversations I've been having in meetings and stuff like that. So I feel good about it.
Yeah, man. And so do you still have that connection then with that promoter? Like, could that be a future thing as well?
Yeah. The promoter he's already lining them up. I've as early as, I think my first show is the 3rd or the 6th of October. I have to look at it. It's in Portland. And then from that point, almost to the end of November, he's just got periodic shows. And then, of course, when I go to radio I haven't even gone to radio with the record yet. So once I do that, then I'll have little promo shows that I have to do from that and shows that I'll get from that. So I'm prepared to pretty much be traveling like for the rest of the year, starting as early as next week or the week after.
Wow.
And, just putting the work in because I'm 110% independent, and I want to be like that. I don't want a record deal. I'm not looking for, now that I know what I know, it doesn't fascinate me if I get a call from Atlantic, or a lot of the artists I write for are signed artists. So their labels will try to sign me, and I'm okay with saying, no, I'm good. Let me keep just grinding until I find my own money. So, cause you do need money, like, to really do this stuff the right way. It's costly. The promo, the marketing, and when anything involving radio is several $1,000s in the US, just because of the way it functions. So I did find a guy, like, shortly after I met you. This is 2 days old. We had already been talking, but we solidified it like 2 days ago.
Wow, man. So now you're actually on the roll of doing it. Have you put in work to create more music?
Man, I've got 3 albums just sitting. I can show you a Google Drive folder. I've already got the names, and I literally record in my living room. I did bounce in my living room. And I have a studio. I have a partnership with my producer, Keys Baby, who produced the record. He's a major producer. I was the first artist he had ever worked with, to do something on his tracks. And then he went from me to I think he had a Sean Paul placement, then Beyonce. It was like me, little old me, and then 2 songs later, he's like doing work with Beyonce, and then from there it's just Chris Brown and everybody. But we still had that camaraderie where I get a lot of tracks from him. Of course, that's just, I get the love. Man, I just sit at home. I prefer recording at home than going to the studio. And I sit on a little bench by my piano. I have a laptop, a mic. I did bounce the same way. Because there's no audience. I'm not, trying to show off, or, there's no studio craziness, drinking and drugs and all this crazy. It's just me in the living room. And I cut like pretty much every day. So I've got hundreds and hundreds of songs. And that's another reason why I decided to start releasing some material. So I've got about 5 singles just lined up. And 3 albums called The Living Room Chronicles, and they're just it's going to be 3 different themes for each album with various genres of music on each album.
Wow, that's funny, man. The Living Room Chronicles, that's a good one.
Yeah, Living Room Chronicles, man. It's pretty cool because I got like Dirty Roses. That's the name of one of them. So it's like the Living Room Chronicles is the series, and I have like Dirty Roses. That's all relationship songs, like relationship issue songs, kind of like Bounce. So Bounce would be on that album. So it's all like, conflicting issues in all of the songs. Like we're going through stuff in every song. So it's like a breakup album. And then I got an album called Love Sauce. It's all like love songs, not sex songs. Love songs, because I even have an angle on how I approach those. And then the final one is like Melodic Drip. It's straight turn up R&B, like you wouldn't even think I was an R&B artist with those records.
Wow, man,
it's really different.
Well, you can definitely showcase them on HopeJamz, man. I'll definitely have you back on and showcase them, man. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
I appreciate it, man. This stuff really helps because I had it. The Core DJs premiered it on Shade 45 last night, and it was very similar to my approach with you of just looking out and showing love on some new music and independent artists. So I appreciate that, man. It goes a long way.